Good afternoon and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Today I'm making a chocolate mousse cake. You're going to need where is it? Hold on. A 9-inch springform pan. Now, the springform has a latch on the side here. Alright, and the bottom separates. Now, to get this bottom on, you have this on a flat surface. My hand is not flat. And you hold it down and you lock it back in. And you press to make sure that it's in. And it should lock in just perfectly. If you press in either direction, it'll be fine. Now, we need this. This is the last thing I need to do today. Now they want 4 ounces of chopped walnuts because this is going to be the crust, or going to be the nuts. So we're going to have to chop these nuts pretty fine. And you're going to need, let's see if I can get this opened. We're also going to need 4 ounces of hazelnuts. Cashews. Hey, cashews. No, I didn't want cashews. I want hazelnuts or almonds. I have to get my almonds out when I'm done. I've got a bunch of almonds too. So let me get the walnuts chopped first. I'm going to chop these really fine, and I will be back. Okay, I got those chopped. As you can see, they're chopped very, very fine. That's 4 ounces of walnuts. Now they say you can use hazelnuts or almonds. I am using almonds, and it's another 4 ounces that they want. And we're going to have to chop these very fine too. That's 4 ounces. Now we're going to chop these as fine as we did these, and then I'll be back. Okay, that's a lot of chopping. We're going to add the almonds and with the walnuts. I think that's the most work on this whole thing, because this is actually a nut crust that we're making. What do they want us to do next? They want us to, all right, we're going to add 1/4 cup of butter softened. That's 1/2 stick. And we're going to mix it and press it evenly on the bottom and up the sides of a 9-inch spring form pan. I don't know how soft they want this butter. So you're going to mix this until you get a nice paste. going to keep working it and working it and working it until the butter is melted and you have a nice paste here. So I'll be back when I do that. I don't think you want to see my arms fall off. Oh, now you should have a nice paste like this stuck together with the nuts. You're going to put it in, pat it at the bottom, and work it up the sides. I don't know how thick this cake is going to be. Well, let me do this and I'll and I will be back. Okay, here's what it's going to look like. All right, it only came up on the edges a little bit. Put that to the side. We don't need it right now. Now you're going to need 16 squares of semi-sweet chocolate, coarsely chopped. Something else coarsely chopped. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, it's one whole package. This one semi-sweet. And they want it coarsely chopped. My arms are tired. I did a lot of chopping. That's good. I'm gonna put it in a saucepan. With 1 cup of heavy cream. Okay, what we're going to do next, we're going to sit there and heat this on a low heat, stirring constantly until the chocolate is melted and smooth. Then we're going to have to cool it for 10 minutes. The reason they tell you to stir it is they don't want the chocolate to sit and burn on the bottom, because a lot of people will walk away from this and forget about it. Then you're going to have a mess. Let me see what we're going to be doing after that. Wait a minute, fold 1/3 of the egg mixture, all right, into the melted chocolate mixture. Fold chocolate mixture 1/4 at a time into the remaining egg mixture. Oh, God. You're going to need a mixer. I'm using a hand mixture from the way the instructions are speaking. Never put these in when it's plugged in. Though you see me do it, you're not supposed to. It's very dangerous because by accident you press the button and then you end up tearing your fingers up. I saw a video where a man went to lick the beaters while they were spinning, and you know it ripped his tongue out, if not out of his mouth. And his wife stood there doing the video. Instead of saying, don't, she just allowed it to happen. Weird. This is why you have to learn the rules in the kitchen so something like that doesn't happen and somebody gets dangerously hurt. A child that I know of, they were mixing flour at the pizza place, and the little boy got fascinated with the beaters going around. He stuck his hand in and he lost his arm. So even if it's at home, you have to be careful. This equipment can't hurt you. It can do wonderful things and make wonderful dishes, but at the same time, if you're not careful, somebody's going to get hurt in the kitchen. So like I said, there's a lot of things to learn in the kitchen. There is just so much. It's just not throwing things together, but actually to be careful. You have to be very, very careful in the kitchen. One son that puts his coffee on and then he goes upstairs and he forgets about it. And if I'm not down in the kitchen, I can see him burning something. And I'm constantly on his case about, I said, you don't leave the stove when you have something on. He said, well, I'll come back. I said, I've already turned your coffee off. It would have burnt and the pot would have burnt and we might have had a fire. I keep on reminding him all the time. Okay, it's melted and it's smooth. I'm gonna let this sit 10 minutes now. While this is setting, we've got some other stuff we're gonna have to do. All right, we're gonna have to put this in a big bowl because they want me to fold 1/3 of the egg mixture into the milk and then fold chocolate mixture into the egg mixture. Yeah, I think I could do it, but I'm going to need a big bowl. All right, set your oven to 325. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to crack 6 eggs in here. I would add something to make this more nutritious, but they don't have any where I order, so I am going to have to find a place to get what I need to make this more nutritious. So I'll just follow this recipe. And with the eggs, we are going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Now they want us to beat this on low speed until foamy. And then we'll change the speed on it. Plug it in would help tremendously. Foamy at low speed. I'm gonna have to beat that harder. And then you want 1/3 of a cup of sugar. You want this foamy, we're gonna have to hit it hard. Actually doing is whipping air into this, which is going to give it some lift and give it a lighter texture. You might not see it, but it will be there. The egg is picking up when it comes in to the air. And the results will be shown in your cake. All right, you need 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and we're going to beat that in. And they're saying on high. And now you want 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. We're going to beat that on high. That's what they're saying. Be careful you don't splatter the flour everywhere. Okay, after we've done this, sugar until thick, 8 to 10 minutes. So we've got a lot of beating to do here. So I'll be back after 10 minutes. Now you will notice that within the 10 minutes, the volume has picked up on this. This is how much air you are whipping into it because you don't have a leavening. The air in the eggs are going to be the leavening. As you beat those eggs, they're locking air into it. So this will help pick it all up. Now fold 1/3 of the egg mixture into the melted chocolate. Fold. Use a spatula. I know one thing I'm going to have to do is put this in a bowl to transfer to another bowl. I'm just going to be transferring bowls all over the place. Okay. Fold is how you stir in such a manner is to put air into it. Folding is to go around and come up. So you're actually folding air into it. And we're going to stir this like this. And you see the spatula keeps on going around and around. That's right, that's how you do it. I'm spinning the spatula and mixing this. And when this is completely mixed, we're going to transfer it over there. So you go under and over. By flowing it over like this, you actually whip air into it as well. So air is your leavening here. If you don't do it right, you're not going to have the lift that you're looking for. Because yeast is a leavening, baking powder is a leavening, baking soda is a leavening, air is a leavening. Those are your leavenings. And when you use a lot of eggs and you beat them, you're beating a lot of air in, and that gives you your leavening. Make sure I'm doing this right. I haven't made this one. This is a new one for me as well. All right. All right, you're going to use, you're not pouring all of this in at once. They want you to do a 1/4. Fold it in. Just like you folded in before. If you wish to use a whisk, I guess you could use a whisk. But you can see it's still holding its volume, and that's what you want. That's why you're folding it in. And remember, when you do baking, your eggs are large, not extra large, not medium or small. They have to be large, or you'll throw the whole ratio off. Now you mix this until the whole thing is chocolate. Trying to feel under the bottom if there's any chocolate, because chocolate is heavier than the eggs. That's why I'm checking for it. What do you mean smooth the top? It'll do it by itself. All right, now we're going to bake the cake until puffed around the outer edges. This is going to take 45 minutes. I just want to get the dough off my hands. Most baked things are set in the middle of the oven. Cakes, pies, anything, unless they give you specific orders. Cookies are the upper third, and there are some breads that they'll actually tell you to drop to the bottom. But it just depends on recipes, but most of them are in the middle of the oven. So, when this comes out, let me figure out my time. 45. All right. I will see you in 45 minutes. Okay, we're going to check the cake. It's done. Let me get it out. Okay, what's next? There are some stages still. Okay. Now we have to leave it on a wire rack. Well, the stove is pretty much like that. To cool for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, be 23, okay. Then I'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Now this cake is not completely cool yet. might need a flat knife. This is a flat knife. As you can see, it's very thin. And that's what it looks like. To go up to the edge of this because it might stick. Now what you have to do, I know you don't want to do this, but you're going to have to let this sit overnight, or either stick it in the refrigerator for the next 4 hours. I'm not going to stick it in the refrigerator. I'm going to leave it overnight, and I will finish this up tomorrow morning. We've got most of it done. What we're going to do is dress it tomorrow. So I will see you then. I have had a full day, and I am tired. So we'll just let this sit until tomorrow. So listen, have a wonderful evening and take care. Bye-bye.